Be content with being nobody. Hey guys, Aimon here, and this is where I help you master your creative mindset. You see, the problem in the modern world is that everybody wants to be somebody. And that's cool if you know what you're getting yourself into, but most people don't. Most people are just chasing fame because that's what they're taught to chase, or they see everybody else doing it, and they think that that's where the reward is going to be. And I've fallen into this trap myself for a number of years, and it's only left me unfulfilled and unmotivated because the markets are just completely flooded with everybody that wants the same thing. So there's real power in being content with being nobody, because then if something does happen, you can be pleasantly surprised. But if it doesn't, then you can live out your artistic project for your whole life and just be content actually creating it by yourself. There's huge power in that, and often when you're creating, because what you're creating fulfills you and you know that it's going to provide some sort of value to other people in the world, then generally fame is actually just a consequence of that. It's a byproduct of you focusing so hard on creating something amazing that fills you with joy, that you're proud of, that then happens to provide value to a lot of other people similar to you if they stumble across that content, whether it's music or art or video or anything. That's where the magic is, because you're not focused on this external goal of becoming famous on Instagram or whatever it is. You're focused on the creation of the thing. And then also when you sit down and have a session, whether you're making music or you're painting, your focus is 100% on that thing. And it's just the actual doing of that thing. It's showing up for that experience. It's just the creative process. And sure, you might have a larger vision in mind. And this can be very powerful as well. You know, for example, if you're making music and then you picture yourself performing this piece of music on a huge stage to a bunch of people that really enjoy that kind of music, that can be a very powerful visualization technique, you know, because then you have this deep purpose behind what you're doing right then, and that motivates you to continue doing what you're doing in that moment, you know. But the second you're doing it so that you can perform that song on that stage to a bunch of people so that they can socially validate you and they can post on Instagram about how cool you are, and then you can repost that, then you've lost the game, my friend. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. And, you know, there's countless stories and examples of this in the media by famous people and everything who say the same thing, you know, that if you're doing it for the superficial reasons, you're not going to succeed. But it's always the ones that actually succeed that are truly dedicated to their art, to their profession, you know, because that's where the magic is. They're so focused on that thing. And yeah, again, they might have a vision of what the movie might look like when they're acting or whatever, because that's necessary, but they're focused on the potential positive outcomes of that movie to that movie's audience, you know, and for themselves and for creating, you know, a valuable experience for everyone else on set. So in the modern world, you know, chances are you are trapped in this as well. And especially when I was 18, 19, you know, I was influenced by all of this stuff on social media. That's where I saw that. I was like, that's what you want. You want the fame and the lights and the, you know, and that very quickly led me to deep unfulfillment because what I was doing wasn't producing some of those results, which is the fame and the whatever. And it wasn't happening quickly, which is again something we're conditioned to want, is things to happen quickly because we're in the phone generation. And so I would beat myself up like crazy because I'm not becoming somebody. But little did I know that I was somebody, and I was somebody of value already. I just had to go deeper into that thing rather than trying to shape myself to be something that other people will like, because then all of a sudden I'm not living for myself. And so I went through this for a few years, just kind of blindly, without realizing the true purpose of why I was creating. And now when I create video, it has a particular purpose. And when I create music, it has a particular purpose. And primarily those purposes are to fulfill me in the moment, to do something that makes me happy. And also I'm aware that what it is that I'm doing has the potential to provide huge value to particular people that find it, you know? And if they don't, they'll dislike the video. And if they do, they'll probably like the video. Well, I don't know. It took me a long time to get out of this mindset and to get into the mindset where I'm doing it for the right purposes. And in that, you have to detach from your ego in this whole process, because your ego is the thing that wants the fame and the likes and whatever else comes with that, you know? But if you can focus on just being content with being nobody, with never being recognized in your life for anything, there is so much power in that. And you know, a lot of people, when they do become famous or whatever it is that they want to become somebody that people like, right? They often hate it. They don't even want to be famous. You know, paparazzi following them around or people constantly DMing them on Instagram. And it might be cool for a few months, but then you quickly get over being in the public eye, you know? And in an instant, you know, so many of them just wish that they could just go back to living a normal life, you know? So if you can see what they're saying now and just kind of reverse engineer it and, you know, have gratitude for where you are right now. And you might have no eyes on you, you might have some eyes on you, you might be famous, right? But wherever you are, if you can have gratitude for where you are right now and just focus on continuing to be you and then amplify that version of yourself that's focused on doing things for a genuine reason, especially if it's a creative project, that's where the magic happens. Or at least from my perspective, you know? And that's what I've been trying to focus on the last few years, is doing things for me. And it might seem selfish. There's also obviously an equal amount of me wanting to do it for other people and to provide value to other people. And again, if you have a deeper purpose for why you're doing something, then that's going to shine through in your work and your passion is going to come across and you'll attract the right people to what you're doing. So if you can be content with being nobody, that's generally where the magic will happen. And that's generally where the most positive consequences. I don't really like that word saying consequences. It sounds negative, you know, even though in Spanish con means with, but still consequence of something. It sounds like it would be a negative action rather than a positive thing. Look, I don't know, okay? I didn't make up English. I'm just trying to communicate to you, okay? But if you can focus on being content with being nobody, then if you get to 90 years old and you look back, you're going to be like, damn, I did everything the way I wanted to do it, in the most genuine way that was true to myself, and I enjoyed it, and I'm so proud of that. You know, but if you get to 90 and look back, and you go, damn, I did everything for somebody else, so that somebody else could think a particular way about me, you're going to feel stupid, my friend. So if you can master being content with being nobody, that's where the power is. That's where the magic is. And that's where the most positive things are going to happen for your creative project. Thanks for watching this episode of Creative Philosophy. My name's Aimon. This is where I help you master your creative mindset, and I'll see you in the next video.